Los Angeles friendos, join Going In Raw as we go live on stage with Wrestling with Regrets Brian Zane September 24th at the Nerdist Showroom in LA. The link to tickets is in the description.
This is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw. That sounds terrible.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife,
Marie.
and you are going in Raw.
What's up? It's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you are watching Going In Raw.
Oh, baby, I like it raw. Oh, baby, I like it raw. And you are tuned in to Going In Raw right now. How you doing?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you're going to be listening to right here, youtube.com/Steve and Larson. Right now, Larson on YouTube, I'm telling you, they got to hit that subscribe button because we're on the road to 182,000 subs.
Yeah.
A very important milestone for us because we've been sitting at 181 for like a long time now.
We have.
With all this YouTube sub glitch business. And so we're really excited to be 230 subs away from 182,000. And if we get that, by the end of the year, we're going to have a big old pizza party with cake and live stream gaming. So you guys will be able to enjoy all that with us.
Yeah.
Not literally the food.
No, that's
you
all for us.
Can't have any of the food.
Speaking of which, I'm hungry already.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I like a good egg sandwich. Egg on fiber wheat.
I had a serving and a half of oatmeal with some sunflower seeds and some chia seeds.
So you essentially ate absolutely nothing. That's zero. That's like, that would just make me more hungry. I would be angry and mad if that was my breakfast.
Usually I have blueberries in it, but we're out of blueberries.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like blueberries. I like them in muffins, but that's usually just because there's a ton of sugar and lard placed in them.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love blueberry muffins, though, man.
Usually, days I work out, I'll have a protein-packed breakfast, but today is not a workout day.
Oh, okay. Right on. Let's see here. I'm bringing up the notes. We're also available on the Patreon at patreon.com/Stephen Larson. All the lovely patrons out there. We've got, wow, 40 of them watching right now this live stream. You can be one of those patrons as well, participating in chat, talking with us in the pre-show and the post-show, participating in chat trivia for $5 a month. And if you do the $10 patrons, today, August 31st is the last day to sign up for the $10 Patreon mark to get your postcard signed by me and Larson.
Sent out this next week.
Yeah. So if you do it today, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're also at Pro Wrestling Tees. Oh, and the shirt you're wearing right here. You want to know where you get that Going In Raw shirt?
Give us $50. We'll give you a shirt.
$50.
Just have to do it for 1 month.
Exactly. We're also at Pro Wrestling Tees. Ooh, big sale starting tomorrow?
Yes, Friday.
Starting Friday through Labor Day weekend.
At Pro Wrestling Tees, 15% off, I believe.
That's right. ProWrestlingTees.com/Going In Raw, but it applies to every place on Pro Wrestling Tees.
But here's the thing, too. If we sell more shirts, we unlock more designs, which means Coldwater Larson shirt.
Yeah, I think we're kind of close-ish to that.
So after this weekend, we should have new designs available to upload, which means Coldwater Larson shirt will be on the way.
Yeah, usually we get most of our shirt sales during these great sales that Pro Wrestling Tees has, so that's great stuff. But we're here to talk about 205 Live and NXT. Another couple of I thought very entertaining episodes. There's so much charm to be had, especially in NXT. The way they film it, the way they piece it together. I swear sometimes it feels like it's taped together with really, really strong duct tape.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's like, about to fall apart, but still it's sort of pieced together with duct tape. But first, we're going to talk about 205 Live.
Yes. Show kicked off with a recap of Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher's, for the most part, underwhelming feud, all leading up to a no DQ match, which in kind of surprising fashion kicked off the show.
Yeah.
It's kind of reminiscent of Mustafa Ali and Drew Gulak's 2 out of 3 falls match, their blow-off, which kicked off that episode of 205 Live. I thought that should have made an event of the show. I almost kind of think, considering how this ended, this match ended, it probably should have been the main event.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that. I mean, I definitely agree with that. But, huge new arrival on 205 Live. So, of course, Enzo Amore would have to be the main event.
Well, I wonder if they just did that so people wouldn't leave after he had his match to start the show. Enzo, that is.
Yeah, that's always a possibility. I don't know. I view Enzo. Look, number one, we should mention this in the Wrestling Observer newsletter. He pointed out that 205 Live cracked the top 10. It came in at number 10, and that was the Mae Young Classic took up the first 4 spots. So
that's good.
If you take that's awesome.
That's really good.
If you take that out of the equation, theoretically, 205 Live, assuming nothing else took that place,
He's 7.
It could have been up in the
6 or 7 area.
Exactly. So say what you will. And that was Enzo's debut. Say what you will. The crowd does look. You and I are not the biggest. He's not a good wrestler.
No.
His promos are becoming tiresome.
Yeah.
But I see the value in that he does perk up the crowd. He does. The live crowds love Enzo.
Oh, I know. And when he was moved over there, and I think we both recognize the advantages of having him on the show.
There's a place for him there. It's just not in the main event.
Or in the wrestling ring.
Or the wrestling ring.
But at least they kind of explored that during the show. The fact
did.
that he's not really up to snuff in the ring to compete
with
everybody
Graves,
else on the roster.
Corey Graves hammers that home endlessly.
Yeah.
But anyways, like you said, the show kicked off with what probably should have been the main event: Brian Kendrick versus Jack Gallagher.
No DQ.
So, which meant there were lots of weapons. Jack Gallagher was I guess that was his version of street fight attire: khakis and a blue dress shirt.
But the sleeves were rolled up,
and he had like the fighters tapes on.
Yeah, his hands taped up.
Yeah, and he was more. It was more or less him stalking.
Yeah,
Brian
the first
Kendrick.
part of the match, they were brawling all around the arena. Jack had the upper hand. He had this he was very dispassionate in his disposition.
He was doing his best Anton Chigurh.
Pretty much. And yeah, he was beating Kendrick all around the arena. They make their way towards the announce area. Gallagher starts to kind of take apart the top of the announce table. While he's doing that, Kendrick grabs a kendo stick and hits him with it.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, Kendrick had the upper hand.
Yeah, and then somebody evidently shot Jack Gallagher on the top of the head because, man, that blood
he busted open.
Oh my gosh, that was coming down pretty. Like they sort of took a pause to attend to his wound.
Yeah, to make sure it wasn't serious.
It looked like that was the when he hit the steel steps.
Yeah.
It seemed legit.
Yeah, his reaction after the last one made it seem like that. Yeah, he was actually hurt after that.
Yeah.
Kendrick did that thing where he trapped someone's foot under the ring, and he started beating on Gallagher with the kendo stick. And then, Jack was busted open. Kendrick went and got the ring bell from the timekeeper area, brought that into the ring, DDT'd Gallagher on top of it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It was cool, and then he applied the captain's hook with a kendo stick.
Yeah.
But at that point, Gallagher had already passed out. Kendrick wins.
Yeah, ref called it. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was cool. I thought it was neat that, I don't know. I like the story of that match. I like Gallagher just dispassionately going after Kendrick, and then Kendrick just opening up Jack Gallagher.
I know. This is a match where blood really worked for the story of the match.
It really did, which is kind of weird because I wonder if that was an improvised finish. I mean, it could totally have not been an improvised finish. I mean, I could see the finish going down that way, but the blood really did help things. It made you wonder, oh my God, was that really a messed up incident?
Yes.
Anyways. After that, we had Noam Dar, Drew Gulak, and Tony Nese in an interview. I like this. I love the interplay between these three guys.
Yeah.
Because Tony Nese completely absorbed with himself. He was checked out during the interview. He was just counting his muscles. And Drew, the facial. Drew Gulak is so Mr. Normal. If you want Drew Gulak body by the end of you can get it by the end of the month.
Yeah.
You're pretty much there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It was just funny. Like Drew Gulak's facial expressions crack me up when he's not sort of the center of attention. He's always reacting to things, and they're so understated. But I don't know. They just crack me up.
Well, then Noam Dar was saying that he lost to Enzo not because he lost. Well, not because Enzo won, but that he was out partying too much.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was hungover. Yeah.
So he blamed his loss on that.
Yeah. Next up, we had Rich Swann versus Arya Daivari. Was this their rubber match? Was this number 3 for them?
I don't think so. This is just number 2.
Was it number 2?
Because the last time they had a match, TJP came out, distracted Swann,
right.
So Daivari picked up the win. I don't think they
didn't do one after that?
No, I don't think so.
Was Daivari injured or something? I thought they did something after that.
Last week, that was 2 weeks ago. Last week they had the segment backstage between
that
Swann
was just a segment
and TJP.
backstage. Okay, yeah,
but there was no match.
Right, okay.
So TJP comes out on commentary. Daivari does
still on his crutches. And his knee
he has knee wrapped up. Daivari does one of those picture-in-picture promos. still pretty good.
Yeah. Oh no, I always love those. I don't know. I'm a mark for Daivari. I like Daivari a lot.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
The
match was pretty decent.
What's his face? Rich Swann still with another pair of those goofy glasses.
They just don't look comfortable. That's the thing. He had to adjust them halfway down the ramp.
Oh, that's so annoying. That just bugs me. At one point, Daivari comes out and grabs one at and TJP on commentary was noticeably faced towards Rich Swann. He was putting him over quite a bit, saying, he's a great competitor, and he's sort of downplaying the animosity that might be brewing there in their little competition. Daivari comes out of the ring, takes one of TJP's crutches, gets on the ring apron. TJP goes over and grabs it away from him. Because of that distraction, Daivari gets back in, and Swann gets the roll-up and gets the win. Then Daivari attacks TJ Perkins. TJ Perkins gets into the ring, and
he's found a miracle cure.
Seemingly, whatever knee tonic he was sold, seemed to be working because he was using, and he was very obvious in showing us that his leg was totally fine. He did multiple kicks with it.
He did a springboard elbow or something.
Right? Yeah.
And then Swann looks at him, and TJP says, "I helped you."
He said, "I helped you."
And so Rich Swann got the other crutch and gave that to Perkins and left
Perkins
the ring.
realized, uh-oh. Look at me. Oh, no. So, anyways. Another develop again. But you know what? Again, no title in the picture. Just some kind of, just that they take the sort of their relationship and they build a story off of that.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah, I do too.
It's good stuff.
By and large, the feuds in 205 Live are some of the most well-developed in all of WWE.
Right, absolutely.
Next, Cedric Alexander, Grand Metalik, and Enzo backstage. Enzo wants to talk strategy. He gets a little whiteboard and starts drawing the ring, I guess. He's going to do some X's and O's. And then Cedric's like, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Essentially, we know what we're doing. There's a whole different thing we got going on here.
Yeah.
Follow our lead.
Here's the, you know what? I actually did chuckle. Whoever
I did
wrote
too.
this.
I did
because
too.
Here's the thing, dude. If they continue to write Enzo in a quality manner like this, I'll be entertained. I'll be fine with it because he points out I'm like a point marker, and he knows that he has a permanent marker. Then he has a whiteboard. He starts drawing, like you said, a square, which I guess is the ring. But like you said, they say, dude, follow our lead. We've got it. And then Enzo starts in on a metaphor about his mom's cooking as it relates to them. What was it? Cedric was I know Grand Metalik was the cheese. Enzo was the sauce. And I don't know what Cedric was. The dough or something? I don't know.
I don't remember either.
But he's talking about a pizza. So, I mean, it's meat, cheese, and dough.
Yeah.
I mean, sauce, cheese, and dough. And then he comes back. And about right when they're about to go to commercial, he starts fixing his game plan. He starts trying to take the permanent marker off.
Oh, he licks his thumb and starts to wipe it off the
He
whiteboard.
gets confused and he doesn't notice it's not coming off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was funny.
It made me chuckle because it was like a little bit. That always happens.
Drop my phone.
I don't know. It's just that's a little bit of comedy, of a comedic. Some comedy that we haven't seen from Enzo before.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more subtle.
Yeah.
I liked it. That was funny.
No, I chuckled too. I thought that was funny. That brought us to our main event: Cedric Alexander, Grand Metalik, and Enzo taking on Tony Nese, Drew Gulak, and Noam Dar. Tony Nese did the thing again. He says you can try to get by, but I have 8 reasons why I'm better than all of you.
Exactly.
Counted his abs again.
Exactly.
I love the muscle puns.
I love that stuff, man. And I got downloaded the theme song.
Oh, there you go. Just
Very
play
happy.
that on a loop at the gym.
At the gym.
In no time, you will look like Tony Nese.
I will go absolutely crazy. Anyways, it was a fun enough match. I mean, we got the sort of. I like the Cedric Alexander Grand Metalik sort of dynamic that they've established.
I hope they're a tag team in the Dusty Rhodes Classic.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
So I think they'll do really well.
That'd be really good.
Whenever they do the dual topes,
the stereo topes.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, it's fantastic. I know.
Their timing is perfect every time.
Yeah.
Neville's watching the match backstage, taking it in on a giant monitor.
Yeah.
After the topes, Enzo goes for a suicide dive, or so it seems, and then Nese hits him with an elbow.
Yeah, Nese rolls in before he gets it off and hits him with an elbow.
And kind of the story of this whole match, especially when Drew was in the ring with Enzo, was Enzo just not be able to keep up.
Right, exactly.
At all, especially the whole first part of the match with Drew. Drew was just wrestling circles around him.
And, okay, I'm going to say this. I know how we feel right now about Enzo and the Cruiserweight Championship. However, if they build that story, if they do, it would be so smart of them to do what you're talking about, where he gets in there with Neville and Neville squashes him, right? But then they spend the next 3 months or so developing his actual wrestling. And there's ways that you can do it without him actually, like, you know, miraculously becoming an amazing wrestler.
Yeah, he's not to turn to Zack Sabre Jr. overnight.
Right, exactly. There's a way you can do it. And so far with this sort of first episode, I know you showed up last week, but with this episode, I have some amount of confidence in the 205 Live writing team.
Yeah, they shown,
might be able to accomplish.
They've shown that they know how to write storylines. It's either going to be something like that, or Enzo is just going to find ways by cutting corners to win matches.
Which is what we saw at the finish of this. So
like Enzo realizes that he can't compete purely on wrestling, so
right.
He rolls up Nice and then puts his foot on the ropes.
Right, exactly.
And gets the pinfall victory.
I loved the reaction. They did a really good job directing this TV-wise. They got some great reaction shots from the opponents, from Nice and Gulak especially, when they're like, oh my God, we just got taken. We just got robbed, basically. And
by Enzo.
By Enzo, exactly. So I don't know what the story is behind the 205 Live writing staff. I mean, the show will always have a problem with that live crowd, but Enzo is one good step, I think, because he's a shot of adrenaline to a live crowd. They wake up when he's on, and the ratings prove that out. And you saw last night the crowd was a little bit hotter when Enzo shows up. So it seems like it might be a decent fit. It's just as long as they don't rely on what they relied on with Raw, in making him just a tiresome character.
I know.
Then it'll make for some interesting TV at least.
Yes,
it won't
be
turn us.
a bore.
It won't turn us off.
No,
at least.
Let's move on to NXT, shall we?
Yes.
So the show opened with Sanity and a bunch of security guards beat up in the parking lot.
Yeah, and then sort of in the distance you can see some people walking away from it. Or was
I
that
didn't notice that.
Oh, it might have just been students. But I saw like 2 white shirts walking away. And then later on, when Ring of Honor showed up, Fish and what's-his-face were wearing their undershirts were white anyways.
Kyle O'Reilly, yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Could be.
Maybe. Honestly, it could have just been students milling about.
Yeah, who knows? William Regal comes out and surveys the scene.
Yeah.
He seems put out by the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. He was put out a lot this episode.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
So then we get the opening NXT package, come to the ring. Drew McIntyre comes out.
Hold on. You know what would have made that opening segment, though? Because they obviously can't show Nikki Cross being beaten up.
Yeah.
But if Ring of Honor had like placed her in a position she couldn't get out of, like on top of a bus or something. You know what I mean? Like, how is she gonna get down from here?
Yeah.
So we can beat up the rest of these guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. But when it makes it so obvious, like she rolls with them and then she's just not there because she can't get beat up.
Yeah.
They need to do something.
One thing we didn't mention in NXT is that they changed the graphics for the show to include Enzo, and it's very striking.
That's right.
It's very striking because you see all these spectacular cruiserweight moves, and I think it's one of him coming down the ramp, one of him dropping a promo, one of him dancing.
Doing that horrible dance of his.
Yeah,
and it's almost comic. It's almost comical. It's almost like somebody did that on YouTube. Did their own version on YouTube to like juxtapose how ridiculous it is that he's there. But I'm glad you brought that up.
So anyways, going back to NXT, Drew McIntyre came to the ring,
and
his first promo
so manly
as champion.
Yeah,
and yes, he is a man.
He's almost too manly. I've mentioned this in pre-show. He's kind of cartoonishly manly.
He's really manly.
Yeah, they're doing I'm a fighter and challenges and step up and be a man.
Yeah, he's pretty much said, if you want a shot at this title, come on in.
Step up and be a man.
Ask me like a man, eye to eye, face to face.
He's almost,
you got it.
Almost too manly. He's almost kind of cheesy manly.
A little bit. So Roderick Strong comes to the ring.
Yeah.
He's got a new Titantron.
Oh, man, he's so nerdy.
So he comes in, he still, he says, after I defeat Bobby Roode tonight for disrespecting my family, then I'll be that man that challenges you. So we step right up to Drew.
Yeah.
And Drew says, yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. You're the man. Challenge me, step up. But are you going to be able to take getting hit like a man?
Yeah.
That's what It's a terrible Drew, but it's just it's just a shade, just a hair too much, man.
I don't know.
He needs to dial back the man
when
a
you
little
look
bit.
at Drew McIntyre,
Yeah,
he is a man.
oh, he's the most man.
He might be the most man of any man.
It's too much man. But then you look at Roderick Strong, and I'm like, you need to man up a little bit. You need more man.
I think
He's
I
so-
think it's
he's
just
so
more.
nerdy.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Here's the thing. No, and
in
here's
the
thing.
ring, Roderick Strong is
man,
man.
dude, he's one of those guys who I will always get geeked out for one of his matches, and that can carry you a long way, long way. Number one, and I don't think it's going to be concerned that long though, because he's totally joining up with those Ring of Honor guys. That is plainly obvious.
Yeah, they kind of made it seem like that might happen.
And they did so. It was kind of on TV, but then did you see his backstage interview afterwards?
No.
He was laying it on thick where he's saying stuff like, after tonight, we'll get to it after we finish the show recap.
All right.
We'll talk about it. But anyways, yeah, Roderick Strong says, I'm going to beat Bobby Roode tonight, and then I'm going to take your title.
Yeah.
Next up, we had Ruby Riott and Peyton Royce. Ruby Riott's growing her hair out. She looks cooler.
I noticed that
she
too.
Looks like really cool with her hair growing out like that.
She seemed somewhat like distracted beginning of the match because she kept on having to get the hair out of her face.
Yeah.
Like she's still getting used to it.
Yeah, it was a good look
It
for her.
felt
though.
like her hair grew a lot in a short amount of time.
Right?
Like a span of a month.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird. But you know what it was? Like that last match we saw her in, she had it up in like sort of
I know.
an Elvis do.
Yeah.
Rockabilly do,
Yeah.
if you will. She looked like $1 million bucks.
Yeah.
So I love Ruby Riott. I think she's great.
Yeah. Did you mention who she wrestled? Peyton Royce.
Peyton Royce. Yeah, I love Peyton Royce.
Yeah,
I think
they're
she's
both great.
fantastic. She's good.
This was actually a pretty fun match. Billy Kay got involved towards the end.
Dude, that boot was
Stiff.
she sold Ruby Riott sold the crap out of it.
Yeah,
She went
it
down
looked great.
hard. The entire crowd gasped.
I know.
That was fantastic.
Billy Kay pulls Ruby out of the ring and gives her a giant boot to the face.
Right.
Great sell job. Ruby gets put back in the ring. Peyton Royce hits the perfect plex for the win.
Yeah, I love the perfect plex for one thing. And yeah, it was good stuff. I can't remember if there was any stank after this. I don't think there was any stank after
Not
that.
really. Just the iconic duo we're celebrating. They're going to keep going with this feud. I wouldn't be surprised we see some sort of handicap match in the near future.
Well, yeah, I mean, we had Ruby Riott already.
Or Ruby Riott finds herself a tag team partner.
Ruby beat Billy Kay,
Yeah.
and then she took a loss against Peyton Royce because of Billy Kay.
Mm-hmm.
So they're kind of even Steven right now. But yeah, either a handicap match or I could see Regal saying, "Hey, find a partner," and Ruby Riott saying, "I don't need a partner. I want them both."
Exactly.
Going that route, that'd be great. Speaking of William
There's
Regal,
a lot of Regal in this episode.
oh yeah, it's a very Regal heavy episode. I'm not going to complain about that though. He's giving an interview, and then Cassius Ohno comes in, and he says in his very, he's the most relatable person just by the way he talks.
I know.
Like he literally could just sit here with us and be.
Well, so often when
somebody that we
wrestlers
know.
give promos or even do anything when they're on camera, that you can tell they're kind of putting on a voice.
Yeah, sure.
That's just
That literally
his
just
voice.
seems like
He
him.
just talks.
Yeah. Anyways, he said, I got something on my mind. Really want to fight that Hideo Itami.
He says, just to make sure that whatever what happened last time doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
Do no disqualification.
That'd be okay.
That'd be cool,
Is that
man.
good? William Regal says. And William Regal seems legitimately just charmed by how real it is. He says, if you want it, you've got it. And he has a big smile on his face. And then Cassius Ohno seems it's as if it's really happening.
I know.
It's as if it's really
It's like they didn't rehearse, no script. It's like one of the producers said, "All right, William Ohno's going to come in during the segment."
Yeah.
And then they go to Ohno and say, "Chris, you're going to go in and ask for a no DQ match."
Yeah.
And then that just happened.
Chris. They call him Chris. That was great. Yeah, no, and then it just happened.
And it just happened.
Yeah, exactly.
No script.
No script. Regal didn't even know he was going to ask for a DQ.
Nope. He didn't know he was. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like an improv class. Anyways, announced Cassius Ohno, Chris versus Hideo Itami.
Yes.
No DQ.
Next
Good
week's
stuff.
happening.
Next week. Oh, yeah, that's going to be good. Next up, we had Heavy Machinery versus, I'm glad you got their names here, Jobbers. They're Jobbers. Anyways, Heavy Machinery, they went over.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, I'm going to get to this question right now. All right, somebody asked this. Where is
Oh,
it?
the ceiling.
Yeah, but I want to make sure that whoever asked it got a proper shout out. Yeah, they asked GD, man.
No, I have it. I have it liked here.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Dom the Man Hilberg.
Oh,
Hey,
Dom,
friendos.
okay.
What's Heavy Machinery ceiling?
They've already passed it. They have totally.
I like some of the moves they do.
Oh, Karen confirms here in chat. Ruby Riot's hair is extensions.
That's what
Apparently,
I was
one
thinking.
got ripped out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was
That
thinking that
sucks.
might be
You
the
know,
case.
I've actually I've put extensions in hair before.
Oh, I thought you... Not your own, though.
No, not my hair. I've never had extensions.
That's what I
But,
thought you were going to say at first.
My wife and one of the kids had extensions.
Okay.
And I did the thing. You lay the track in.
Yeah.
And then they yell at me because I don't know what I'm doing.
Probably have no idea what you're doing.
They asked me to do it, and they yell at me. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I get yelled at all the time. Let's see here.
I like Heavy Machinery's finisher.
No, okay, so here's the thing about Heavy Machinery. Here's the thing about...
I think Otis, at least, is somewhat charming.
I would love for somebody to ask us to rebook, to repackage Heavy Machinery.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That is totally the problem because their tag team chemistry is excellent. Their moves in tandem are excellent. They are the best Haas tag team that has come across, I think, NXT in terms of what they do as a face tag. I mean, Authors of Pain do some really cool stuff in tandem too.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't consider the Revival Haas's at all.
But they have like an early 90s WCW gimmick.
Dude, it's so dated.
Yeah.
They feel so dated, and I cannot take them seriously. I cannot take them seriously at all. And I don't know what the answer would be in terms of repackaging. I just think that a repackaging is necessary. And it's surprising to me. It really, I mean, maybe that is what creative in NXT was going for. You know what? We need a tag team from WCW circa 1995.
Throwback.
We need a throwback tag team. I could see that. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there, especially sort of that NXT crowd who knows their history. I could see that maybe they want to appeal to that in that respect instead of, we're going to do something a bit more cynical and edgy and modern and stuff, like, put them in a bunch of leather like, freaking Sanity or ripped up clothes and stuff. I totally get, because those guys, they both come off as very sort of, I don't know, bubbly personalities.
Yeah.
It just doesn't do anything for me.
They're just a little too on the nose with their outfits and the music. If they call them Heavy Machinery, but weren't so literal.
Yeah.
I mean, what? Are they going to come out with a jackhammer next time? Are they going to roll into
construction
WrestleMania on a bulldozer?
I mean, there's a part of me who thinks that
I mean, I'd actually laugh. If
that would
happened.
actually here's what you do. Okay, so you don't repackage them. You just go full bore.
Yeah, go all the way with it.
Video packages in 4:3.
Yeah.
Okay, so not like 16:9, 4:3.
Hard hats,
Yeah, with like an old video camera.
Yeah.
Hard hats,
jackhammers.
smiling at the camera with thumbs up.
Yeah.
And then like little like mini movies.
Yeah.
That are like cheesy as crap. I guess that's what you do.
Yeah.
Make it. Here's how you do it. Remember those great Brady Bunch movies they did?
Yeah.
Like with Gary Cole.
Yeah.
And all them. Do it kind of like that. Like they're kind of out of place.
Yeah.
And like they bring in actual people for like the mini movies who are like so thoroughly confused.
Yeah.
Maybe you go that route. I don't know.
It'd be something different.
It'd be something different. Yeah, the coming in on I like the coming in on construction vehicles.
Yeah, it'd be great.
That's pretty. I don't know if it'd be great.
That'd be awesome. They've rolled up in WrestleMania in a bulldozer. How awesome! Remember how awesome it was when Rusev rolled in with a tank?
Yeah.
Great bulldozer.
Yeah.
Cement mixer. A crane. I don't know. Anyways, after that, Regal and Lars Sullivan are in Regal's office. Regal says, "All right, we're done with this tag team stuff with you. We're done with this.
Yeah.
Next week, you're gonna have a 3-on-1 handicap
That's
match."
rough. That is rough punishment
Yeah,
right
I
there.
know.
Regal is sending a guy
But
out to face 3 guys.
Lars Sullivan seemed totally cool with it.
They're going to be tiny Orlando jobbers from the local scene there.
By Skyler and Hollis.
Skyler Hollis, and then that dude with like the lion.
Oh,
gimmick.
he's a local guy.
He's a local. Where here?
Yeah.
Here. Yeah, that's right. Right.
Yeah.
Didn't he he was like a Supreme Pro Wrestling one?
Yeah. I think he just had a match for the title.
Oh no, they should bring out. See, Skyler and Hollis are too good. I want that one guy. How about this? All the guys that Lars has trashed.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Those guys. See if all 3 of them combined.
That's a good idea.
Can take them on. Lars Sullivan, for his part, had a smile on his face when he was leaving. He just likes to like destroy people and things. I'm surprised Regal didn't say one of them is going to be No Way Jose because you totally trashed him in the.
I know
he was trying to do his like conga line thing,
and you beat him up. Which took us finally to our main event.
I love before commercial they did the split screen thing with Rude and Roderick Strong like walking, and it just looks like they're walking down like a classroom hallway. At any moment, I expected classes to get out.
Probably.
Everybody just start populating the shot. Kind of interesting how they... So I'm not a huge fan of like the lame duck NXT feud thing, blow-off match. Kind of interesting how they did this, though. So they gave Bobby came down as NXT Bobby, by the way.
And they mentioned his move to SmackDown.
Right. But it was, it was Morrow with his weird voiceover mentioning it because I think at that point... No, I guess this taping did take place after that next SmackDown.
Yeah, it was 2 days later.
It was 2 days later. So maybe it wasn't displaced voice Morrow, but I know there was at least one Morrow from his kitchen voiceover.
Gotcha.
That I heard. But the interesting thing about this, so the match was really great. We'll talk about the match in a second. But when the match ended, I noticed, because I watched it back this morning, I was looking for like stills for our thumbnail for today's episode. When Roderick won, they never cut back to Bobby.
Yeah, that's right.
There was zero. It was a 3 count, and then you literally never see Bobby again.
That's true.
You hear the crowd saying "Thank you, Bobby."
Yeah.
But it's all reaction shots on Roderick. Drew comes out. Ring of Honor thing happens. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
The match was fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
It was another great match. I can watch Roderick Strong all day long, and I'll be honest, I can watch Bobby Roode wrestle.
I know this is a faster pace than most of Roode's other matches, and
they gave him 20 minutes. This was a 20-minute match,
and Roderick Strong was just destroying Bobby Roode's back with all sorts of backbreaker varieties, and then dropping knees to his face.
Yeah.
Bobby Roode did a fireman carry into a stunner. Mm-hmm. He hasn't done that in NXT at all.
Yeah.
I mean, usually when Bobby Roode wrestles a match at NXT, it's a very methodical pace. He obviously has strategy.
Yeah.
And he picks his opportunities to strike, and he does.
Yeah.
We haven't really seen a match like this from him in NXT.
Right.
Maybe he's trying out a more face wrestling style.
Could be.
That he's going to bring to SmackDown. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was nice to see him, go outside of what he normally does to introduce some more moves, wrestle a faster pace. Because it was super entertaining.
Yeah, but it was very much Roderick Strong's story.
Yes,
and this sort of like odd. I mean, it's in one respect, I kind of appreciate it because it's a very NXT. God, I always want to say NXT now. NXT specific thing, how they bring in the lame duck guy, and then he's already made his debut, and he's just coming in for this formality match. So I kind of appreciate it as kind of just part of the NXT universe, but it's sort of bizarre to see. I mean, it's almost like you think back to guys like Steamboat, Rick Rude, who used to flip flop a lot, and then you'd watch like their last match in WCW before they went back to WWF. And there's like no resolution really to whatever storyline they're in.
Yeah.
So it kind of reminds me of that, but I'm just stunned that they didn't like really give Bobby
a send off.
Yeah, I know. They never. That's so deliberate. They never cut back to him.
I wonder if the reason you would think they might have cut back to him or something, but I guess I kind of understand why they didn't have a proper send off because
moving straight on to the
story. They
story.
wanted to end the show with how they ended.
They're just continuing on the story he's done with. Just kind of jarring a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyways, like I was saying, they're focusing on Roderick. Drew's music hit. He comes out with his belt looking, so manly.
And he points and he's like, you got it.
You got it. You
got your
pal.
match, buddy.
Look at you. You're a man now, man.
And then out comes Redishonored.
He gets attacked by little people. They look so small.
I know.
They look so small compared to Drew, man.
Drew is massive.
And I love Adam Cole, baby. Oh,
that was great early on,
this.
Yeah.
When Drew was dropping his promo at the beginning, crowd gave no Fs when he said, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Adam Cole.
Baby!
The entire crowd did the baby. Oh, I was cracking up. I was way.
That was great.
Oh man, way to undercut like a dramatic promo.
I know. People just want to hear it.
Cole, baby.
I'm still kind of surprised they didn't have Adam Cole drop a promo.
Well, they're doing the invasion thing.
Oh, I know.
Okay, so let's pick that back up. So Drew gets attacked. he bends over so little Adam Cole can give him a DDT. God, and they're killing him and stuff. Regal comes out.
Well, they start. A couple of security guards come out. They beat them up, and then they start to leave. They hop off the ramp and go backstage. And then Regal comes out and starts briskly walking
lumbering after them.
Yeah,
and they're running away from him like he's the principal, and they're three Spicolis.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're saying, this is our NXT now. This is our era. But they're running away from old man Regal.
I know.
Because he's about to light them up. Oh, man. I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to be great. I will guarantee you Roderick Strong is going to get that belt.
Fill me in on that
Okay, so
interview.
basically he was saying, like a lot of it, I don't know. I don't remember verbatim. But he was saying, especially after tonight, after what happened, I will guarantee I'm getting that belt. That's essentially what he said. And I took that to mean my buddy showed up tonight. They destroyed Drew. I have this in the bag. The only thing they can do with Roderick at this point is a heel turn.
Yeah, seems
they
that way.
cannot keep him face. And I understand that Adam Cole looked at that belt, but that's got to be a swerve of some sort. You know what I mean?
I just can't imagine them having
two alpha males.
Yeah.
No, I get you. I know. But I think that there is a distinct plan in place to resolve that somehow so that everybody looks good, everybody looks strong.
And eventually that belt gets him Adam Cole. Because it doesn't... Yeah, it's hard to fathom, and I understand that they have Fish and O'Reilly there to help out Adam Cole. Adam Cole beating Drew McIntyre for the title right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So,
and it seems too soon. It honestly seems too soon.
Oh, for Adam Cole to do that. No, I agree totally.
Like, give him 6 months at least.
I absolutely agree. I mean, maybe there's going to be some sort of, Adam Cole finds some justification for handing Roddy the belt, essentially.
Maybe his idea is okay, well, Drew is a massive man. Mm-hmm. I'll help Roddy get it.
Yeah. Then
swerve Roddy.
Which could be a down-the-line thing, or he could just take the tact of, he's the guy, but I'm the guy behind the guy, and that's good enough for me. Mm-hmm. I'm orchestrating all this stuff.
He's the architect.
Exactly, which in that respect means that he doesn't have to assert himself physically against Giant Man.
Yeah.
And then eventually we can, the face turns always work best after a heel turn.
Yep.
And for Roderick Strong, I think that can help out a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I honestly think that there is a plan in place because it's NXT and they have plans. But I don't know. We'll see. I thought it was another entertaining episode of NXT. I freaking love NXT.
Yeah, it's a fun show.
It really is. Let's answer some questions now. First from CM, Patreon does this thing now. Like I know. Roll over a name and
you
it tells
hover over
me,
a name and it gives them the person's
their
information.
Stats. Yeah. CM Punk finds it insulting.
This is a great question.
Says, all right, WWE has decided to hold a 32-man heavyweight classic tournament on the network. Who are 8 guys that could realistically be in the tournament? His example is Jay Lethal and Michael Elgin. Who are the final 2 and who wins it all? A heavyweight classic tournament. I'm going to make a little addendum to this. We're going to make it a super heavyweight tournament.
Okay.
Because Jay Lethal, I know he's technically a heavyweight, but he's no Michael Elgin.
Yeah.
I want to see, and this doesn't necessarily have to be hosses.
Yeah.
I want to see super heavyweights.
Okay.
That's like 3 and plus, 3 and up. Or
no, it's like
250
it's just high 250s. I don't. Elgin's not over 300 pounds. Because if you're saying 300 plus, that really limits the options.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll have
how heavy do you think Drew is?
I think he's 260 something.
Okay. All right.
But he's also 6'5".
Yeah.
Okay,
then, yeah.
And Elgin's maybe 5'10". Mm-hmm. He's not that tall.
Yeah.
So we'll have Elgin. We'll have Jeff Cobb.
Oh, great. Brian Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 3.
That's 3.
Another name too, and I forgot it. See if you can think of somebody. I'm gonna look up some information.
Let's see here. I always go blank. Oh, Donovan Dijak.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Apparently he somehow got left off the PWI 500. That's what somebody was saying. I didn't look at it to see if that was actually true.
Keith Lee.
Keith Lee. Oh, Karen has a good point here. Revival didn't get a send off.
A lot of people mentioned that. A lot of people.
Yeah.
Keith Lee. How many is that?
That's 5. We have 5. Where's the rating Ring of Honor right now? Sonata.
Okay.
I mean, he's in New Japan, but
yeah.
I mean, a lot of these guys have contracts that limit them from coming over.
Well, for doing that, have Fale in it.
Oh, Fale. Okay, take out Sonata, Fale. I was going to say Ishii, but Fale's good.
I don't think Ishii's over 240.
Really?
He's short. He walked by us. He's maybe 5'8".
Yeah, but he's dense.
I know. He's probably 5'8", 225 or 230 at most.
5'8", 228, 230?
225 or 230.
He's 5'7", 220. Well done. Well done.
How many is that? 5?
6.
Alex C suggests Hansen and Rowe.
Yeah, toss War Machine in there.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, that's all good.
Who wins?
Michael Elgin. He is unbreakable after all. It's too early for Keith Lee. Michael Elgin needs to...
I'm going to say Jeff Cobb.
Oh, I love Jeff Cobb. Who doesn't love Jeff Cobb?
Jeff Cobb is phenomenal.
Next question. We
Um,
already answered Dom the Man.
Undisputed Magnum TA champion Nathan Ragland. Can you guys see Lars Sullivan being NXT's Brock Lesnar? He's a beast. I'd love to see dominate.
I'll say this. I could see him being NXT's Braun Strowman.
Yes.
But Brock Lesnar, there is never going to be another Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, you need someone with the MMA pedigree.
You need, that's like, yeah.
That sense of legitimacy.
Right, exactly. And that's
Yeah.
such a rarity.
Braun
I'm not saying
Strowman.
there's never going to be another one. I'm saying it's...
Braun Strowman is probably more likely goal.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Michael Berry. He says power tank. Pretty sure he means power rank. Love you, Michael Berry. Who's most likely to be the next women's NXT champion?
I'll give you 2. Well, here, I'll do this. Number 1, Ember Moon. 2, Kairi Sane.
Oh, okay. So you're going to go that way. Okay. All right.
It's really 1A, 1B, though.
Yeah, okay. All right.
3, Nikki Cross.
Okay.
4...
4 and 5 is going to be either Peyton Royce or Ruby Riott.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah.
You think... I'm not going to spoil the Mae Young Classic stuff. Never mind. Because, like, you know, people who haven't kept up with spoilers.
Yeah.
So we're not going to talk about that right now.
Yeah.
That guy asks if you could permanently switch a superstar with their Southpaw persona, who'd it be?
Whoever played Sea Creature, just so we know who played Sea Creature.
Oh, yeah, right? Wait, oh, yeah. So we would just have to figure out who's missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I would go...
I mean, it's Chet Cheddarfield.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's definitely Chet Cheddarfield.
It's Chet Cheddarfield.
Oh, he's
But
great.
I'd want to have Chet Cheddarfield and the banker.
Yeah.
Have them both.
Yeah, together, yeah. Disco Gumby has a question. And it's his first time question. He's been a patron for a long time. He says, in regards to rumors that the Mae Young Classic winner will be crowned NXT Women's Champion, do you think it's fair to the current NXT Women's Division for it to go down like that, considering the winner of the tournament would become champion in a division full of women they've never had to face? If that's the case, then no, it's absolutely not fair. That's why they shouldn't do it that way.
Agreed.
They should do an NXT women's tournament.
Concurrent.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of too late to do it concurrently. But yeah, have number 1 contender, or at least a fatal 4-way.
Yeah.
Number 1 contender from NXT, whoever wins the tournament, they fight.
Yeah.
Whoever wins that is a new champion.
Because there are still tapings to be had.
Yes.
Before the next takeover, have that match of the next takeover.
Yes.
And have the NXT women's tournament until then. They have to do that. It has to be the case.
Chris Kimmel, do you think there's any chance that Roderick Strong join Adam
I love
Cole
tournaments.
and Reed Dragon? Me too. Tournaments are the best. Steve seems absolutely convinced of it. My only hesitancy to agree with him is that the dual alphas.
Two alpha males.
Yeah.
Too many alpha males.
Marky Mark and the Bullet Bunch. What is the deal with Bobby Roode? He's one character on NXT, another on the main roster. Is this WWE hoping we don't watch both or that we can't tell a difference? It's obvious that NXT Bobby is what everyone wants on the main roster. Why won't they give the character to us? We talked about it a lot on our
I'm
SmackDown
optimistic
recap.
and you're pessimistic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'll put it this way. I'm not as optimistic as you are pessimistic.
Yes. My pessimism is largely based on history. So
I'm
how
like
they've handled,
yeah.
except for Carmella and Alexa Bliss.
Mm-hmm.
SmackDown particularly, I can't think of an NXT call-up they've handled really well.
They've flirted with handling Mojo well. They've flirted with it, but in the end they haven't.
No.
Ty.
Flirted
No.
with... I'll say they flirted with handling Nakamura well, but not really. They've treated him like a star. They presented him like a massive star, but
they've
programs,
tried. I think they've tried with him.
The programs he's been involved in have been not good.
Yeah,
and haven't done much to highlight what he's really good at doing.
Yeah. Well, I don't understand, and I don't know if it's a Vince thing. I mean, Vince has the final word, man. But can he not wrap his head around? It's okay to have a heel with packaging that people really pop for.
I know.
It's okay to do that.
I know.
I mean, you're already flirting with characters that are shades of gray.
Chris Jericho for half his career.
I know, exactly. When he started doing the slow talking thing, it's not like they changed. I don't think he ever actually changed his music, did he? I don't think he did, because that's just mark out music.
I mean, the whole list of Jericho thing, he was, by the definition, a heel. People popped.
Yeah. No, I know.
It happens. It's fine.
I know.
I don't know. I guess he just, in his mind, thinks there's more money in a face Bobby Roode right now. We disagree, but we're not running the business.
Here's one last question here. You know what? You can. Are we doing questions on? Oh no, we do that stuff differently now.
Yeah.
Degeneration Lex Luger. He says, Xander here. Do you think Vince is biased against guys who made their name somewhere else and prefers to push homegrown guys more? No. I think that might have been the case back when it was WCW guys coming in, like 15 years ago, 17 years ago. But I mean, you just look at, elsewhere. Look at AJ Styles made his name a million most famously TNA. Samoa Joe, big
TNA.
push for him. TNA.
Finn Balor.
Balor, New Japan. I mean, that's, if you want to consider any of them WWE's biggest competition, you can. And they all got big pushes. Nakamura, he's...
Here's a good question.
Same guy who was in New Japan.
Marcus Marks. So I'm sure you guys are aware of Wrestler's Court, where people settle backstage beefs. Back in the day, the judge was Undertaker, Triple H, and JBL. But who do you think the judge is now? And what was Enzo's punishment? Apparently, Roman Reigns is that guy now.
Yeah.
But you know what? If it's a situation where his peers put him in that position,
I think that's
then cool.
That would number one. That would, because in my mind, when I would just pause right there, I was trying to put myself, and I'm not a freaking wrestler, but I was trying to put myself in that position where it's like a guy can command the respect of a locker room and go out there and not be the best promo guy, not necessarily be the best wrestling guy, but evidently he's been able to command that kind of respect. I mean, when Seth Rollins was like fiercely defensive of him when he got the wellness policy violation, and he said, no, he is the locker room leader.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, sometimes when I would think if a dude back there just has like
a presence about him,
a presence and a leadership, and it's sort of a leadership confidence and an atmosphere of leadership, where he's not jacking around, being
a professional.
Yeah, he's being a professional. I mean, Tracy McGrady, best player on when he was with with Houston. I think Bill Simmons had a great write up on him where he says during that run where they rattled off like 22 in a row, he wasn't the locker room leader, even though he was the best player. The best player.
Yeah.
It was what was the name? He was a king for a bit. Crap, I forget his name. But he was a role player. He was a supporting player, and it's really bugging me that I can't remember his name. Hilton would know.
I think I read that article too.
But it was absolutely fascinating that it's like it's not necessarily, it doesn't have to be your best player that's your locker room leader. It's a guy that everybody respects, and evidently that's Roman Reigns backstage. You have to figure also, if you can comport yourself with confidence and composure, in the face of going out there night after night and getting all the booze and all that crap on you, and subject to every single dirt sheet out there and all the yokels like us, criticizing Roman Reigns at every turn. If you can still comport yourself with that kind of composure, then I would think that would command
of your character,
tons of respect.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out who it was now.
Yeah. Oh man, because it's gonna bug me otherwise.
Was it a Grantland?
No, that's definitely the article.
Okay, that's just long.
Yeah, it is a really long one.
Hold on, let me do.
Do this. Google our.
Oh, hold on. About Rick Adelman. Hold on. I just did a search for leader.
Chuck Hayes.
Chuck
Hayes. Thank you.
That's right.
Chuck Hayes.
Former, King
Yeah.
Chuck Hayes.
Yeah. Fascinating stuff.
That's cool.
Oh, look. Oh, now Chad is looking up. It says, had to be Shane Battier. It's Chuck Hayes.
Chuck Hayes.
Yeah. Oh, man. Anyways, is that it? Is that our show for today?
Yeah, that's it.
All
Time
right,
for lunch.
sounds good. All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Patrons, stick around. We'll hang out with you guys for a bit.
Yeah.
Till next time, talk to you guys later.
Bye.